here are the top 10 unsettling times people didn't realize the camera was on. Starting off this list, in our number 10 spot, we have Alex Undone. This unsettling story comes from an Instagrammer who went by the username Alex Undone. They posted a photo of what looks like a little USB charging cube thingy, and for some reason, also a sort of SD card. The caption of the photo tells a very creepy story. Basically, Alex had checked into an Airbnb and after a long day at work had a nice cozy bath, had a bite to eat, and then headed over to the living room to chill out before bed. That is when they found this little USB cube, but this is when Alex also realized that this little cube actually had a camera hidden inside. The craziest part is that Alex only realized because they had remembered a warning from a model that went viral about how people did that sort of thing in places like Airbnbs or changing rooms or other disgusting things like that. Thankfully, Alex did their job and reported the finding, and the listing was
That's some crazy stuff right there. Listen, you ever got recorded before?
No. Well, not that the world knows of.
See, well, yeah, I'm pretty much in that same boat. I pretty much got recorded. Someone got me, but wasn't doing nothing that bad. I'm not gonna. I'll say that for another time.
subsequently removed from Airbnb, but I can't imagine how horrifying that must have been for Alex to find. In our number 9 spot today, we have a smoke detector. This story comes from a woman's apartment in Sacramento, California. Carlin Perry made quite a horrifying discovery in her apartment when she realized that her smoke detector was in fact not that, but was really a hidden camera. Written right on the thing, it said, "This is not a smoke detector, will not detect heat or smoke."
Yo.
Video surveillance.
Yo.
That's the craziest thing in my life. And I'm just gonna be honest real quick. Listen, the woman that's commentating this, she sort of looks like Wanda Wild. It would look like she's ready to wound cop his kick the camera and stuff.
She's nice. I don't have anything against her. I mean, she's a nice chick that's gonna lose. Like, she's gonna try and like keep distance and keep far away from me and get me frustrated to a point I'll make a mistake and she can try and kick me in the head, but it's not gonna go like that.
Beautiful. She's hurt. She's in trouble. She's hurt.
Like that.
Oh,
and the other one, she just looked like a porcelain doll or something like that. It just didn't look real. Like it's got that prosthetic skin.
Hey, they drinking their water, man. I say this, man, these cameras are very disgusting, very disturbing. And you know what's crazy? People can get their hands on these on Amazon.com. I've seen these. I was trying to track somebody down at a point in time. You know, I just had to, I came across these cameras at whatever. I ain't gonna get into all that either.
Is your screen still going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's, okay, it just came back. Okay, that's good. Yes, oh my goodness.
Hey, y'all need to, we gotta donate to the congregation so y'all can get Pastor Jones some new software because he's having some technical difficulties over here, y'all.
Yes, send them tithes in, people. Just help a brother out. Yes.
Only. This is wrong for so many reasons. Aside from the obvious hidden camera thing and how disgusting that is, the fact that she was living her life expecting her smoke detector to be able to actually do the thing it's supposed to do, like, how dangerous is that? There's a reason
Yeah, she got her lips done.
Not only did she end up moving out of the complex, but she is also using her story
in...
Yeah, more like Daffy Duck.
Yes, that's a big combination of both of them. Just put them up like she been like a. Yeah, I don't listen. All of you gotta do some stuff to your lips. Your lips is already perfect. Son, changing the thing. Oh, God already put his hands on. Yes.
Her voice to help warn other renters. In our number 8 spot today, we have a motion detector. I hate that there's going to be too many Airbnb stories on this list, but unfortunately there are some horrible people out there in the world. This story was told by the coworker of the person it happened to. Basically, they posted a photo with the caption, quote, in "Oh, that's a thing now? News?" A colleague of mine thought it was odd that there was a single motion detector in his Airbnb in the bedroom, and voila, it's an IP camera connected to the web. He left at 3 a.m., reported, host is suspended, colleague got refund. Like, how insane
Wow.
is that? I'm glad that the people he told this story to actually listened and were able to point out exactly what about this story just wasn't right. I'm glad they got a refund for their horrible experience and that the host was suspended, but that still certainly really isn't any consolation at all. In our number 7...
Yeah, I gotta watch out here in the world. We had a guy when I was living in Japan, Pastor Jones. Believe it or not, this guy would let his friends come over, and he had set up a camera inside his bathroom, and he used to record everybody go to the bathroom. This is a true story, man. He ended up getting in trouble, getting arrested, and all that. So y'all never know who's out here doing these things. You gotta pay attention.
Was he on drugs or something like that? That's crazy.
Nah, he was just a messed up individual.
I've never seen something like that before. All you want to just go and look at someone while they're using the bathroom. Just want to use the bathroom in peace, and then you want to this. I just couldn't imagine being in an Airbnb and someone recorded me doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what. Yeah. I just came over there to enjoy myself. I want to turn into sort of pornography or something like that.
Well, I guess they're trying to enjoy themselves with watching you. That's crazy.
On the spot today, we have a cactus. This probably tops the list of most unexpected places to find a hidden camera. This story comes from Reddit from a user called Feet Outsider, and they said, quote, "I was re-gifted a plastic cactus figurine by a coworker. When I was going to bed, I accidentally kicked the cactus over and found a spy cam inside. I asked my coworker about it and she freaked out because a guy that made her uncomfortable had gifted it to her a few weeks earlier. She apologized for giving it to me. I tossed it. Thank goodness that thing accidentally got knocked over. I mean, imagine if it hadn't. How terrible you'd feel to be the person who unknowingly regifted that thing. Honestly, if someone who made me uncomfortable gifted me something, I'm glad I know that it's likely best to just toss it away. I hope they also filed some sort of report about the whole thing, because whoever gave them that cactus definitely needs to be looked into just a little bit. In our number 6 spot today, we have Smoke Detector Part 2. This story starts off with a family from New Zealand who was traveling around Europe when they checked into their Airbnb in Cork, Ireland. The father of the family worked in IT security, and like the smart man he is, he started off by scanning the house's Wi-Fi network. While the scan was likely pretty routine for him, it definitely unveiled something that he wasn't necessarily expecting: a camera that was connected to a live feed. The family scanned the home searching for it and found it hidden in another one of those pesky little smoke detector hidden ones. The family called Airbnb, and apparently at first they were pretty blasé about the entire thing. The family confronted the host of the Airbnb over the phone, who at first hung up on them, and later called back to say that the hidden camera in the living room was the only one in the house. I don't care if it's the only one, I care that there's one at all. Yes. What a weird justification.
You know, it's crazy, man, because like, you don't know what's going on in somebody's household. My mom, she used to walk around butt naked. Yes, at night.
I do too.
That's why I had to move out, man. I came out my room and she was just there in all her gloriness.
Listen, I had to kick him out. He's been gone for the last few weeks, and I just been walking around. My ex-wife came over and stuff like that. But you know, I just wasn't one of the one that's just an invade someone's privacy, and the fact that this person is sitting there and feeling the need that, you know they're in the wrong and they still gonna tell you off. I just don't understand the logic there. You know you're wrong, apologize. Actually, you know what she was already doing, so it's premeditated.
Right.
Premeditated.
In the end, however, the family contacted the right people at Airbnb, who removed the host from the platform, and thankfully the family did that scan and got the heck out of there pretty quickly after first checking in. In our number 5 spot today, we have a kitchen cam. By this point in the list, you've probably started searching your own home for a hidden camera. I mean, I did, but I only found this one right in front of me. Just to add a bit of a breather in the middle of this horrifying list, we have this story that comes from the Reddit user Ace of Shovels. They said, quote, "Found a small camera hidden in my parents' kitchen overlooking the whole room. I found it, Dad came downstairs." Okay, that's definitely weird, but then they have typed in quotation marks, "Finally caught you eating my yogurts." This guy is the Go-Gurt gatekeeper. That's the most dad energy wrapped up into one little short story. He probably...
I can't agree. I have grown kids in this house, And I want to do this so bad, or put a chain on the refrigerator. Which one should I do, chat? Like, I mean, what should I do in the comments down below? Y'all let me know. What should I do, Pastor? About these kids eating all the food in the house.
I think that's the way. This isn't put a chain on there, put a good combination lock or something like that. They're booby swap the thing, booby swap the crap out of that thing. Just get rid of them. Just kick them out the house. They don't deserve none of it. And listen, I'm be honest with you. My son, he eats everything out of the refrigerator. Can't leave nothing in there without him putting his fingers on it. So I know what you mean. That's something I definitely do. They say that's bad energy, and it's not 120% agree.
Yeah.
Wait.
I don't trust little boys either, because they doing little things in their room and then they want to come out and they want to touch stuff.
Yeah, listen. Yes, listen, I don't eat nothing. The kid try to hand something to me. He go, get that crap out of my face.
Absolutely not. I think that's where the coronavirus started.
Yeah, listen, I agree with that. Some little kid dug up his butt, start giving it up to people. It's a butt-contagious disease.
Today we have a plug-in. A man named Max Vest, who checked into an Airbnb apartment in Miami, saw some plugins in the wall that kind of looked like those little cube chargey thingies, but it didn't have that USB part, so he had no idea what they were. Thankfully, instead of just chalking it up to some feature he didn't understand, he decided to look into it further and unplug the things from the wall. This is when he found the secret SD cards hidden inside, which made him realize it was, of course, a hidden camera. There were 2 of these little cubes found in his rented space. One was right below the TV, and the other was below one of those like plug-in air freshener things. Max took the SD cards to the police to report the incident and hopefully help protect others who may have been planning to rent that same unit. In our number 3 spot.
That's why you always check, man. When you do Airbnbs, hotels, go in your bathroom, fog up the mirrors, because it can have a camera behind the mirror. I knew this from being in the military. We used to have to do these things. You used to fog up the bathroom so you can see the cameras behind there. Also, man, you got to check your rooms for everything. They can have cameras anywhere. They can have cameras.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Listen, that's it. Listen, I was always the naive type. So now that you've subjected me to this information, I'm definitely gonna be going to motels now. Yes.
But today we have an air freshener. This is a creepy hidden camera story that comes from a shopping mall in Russia. Public washrooms are always just a weird, creepy experience, but this certainly takes it to a whole other level. Basically, a patron of this mall headed into the washroom where they saw an air freshener. Okay, no big deal. I mean, my first thought when I saw this air freshener was, oh, these ones? The ones that spray on their own and make you think someone is sneezing in the other room? These things that scare the heck out of you once an hour and no one needs to be spooked in a public washroom of all places? My next thought, however, is, just one? That's certainly suspicious on its own, because you need at least 10 of those in a public washroom just to be functioning at neutral smell, you know? Anyway, luckily this patron also thought it was weird, and after a little further investigation, you guessed it, they found a sneaky little camera hidden inside. Honestly, I'm just grateful that someone else also thought one air freshener was weird and decided to check it out further. In our number 2 spot today, we have Starbucks. We're back again with another one of those little USB cube camera things, and now I'm suddenly feeling concerned. I would truly not think twice if I saw one of these things hanging out basically anywhere, so honestly I'm glad I'm reading these stories and becoming just a little bit more aware. The caption of this one says, quote, "Found this camera disguised as a USB charger in the women's bathroom at the Starbucks I work at. It was plugged in directly across from the toilet. Please keep an eye out." Like, seriously, how gross can people be? Also, as if being a Starbucks employee who has to deal with Starbucks Karens all day isn't hard enough, you gotta add something like this? I'm just glad it was found at some point and dealt with properly.
Right, you're already not getting paid enough. Now somebody is looking at your cheeks every time you go to the bathroom. That's not don't sound like fun to me.
And that person is disgusting. They should be ashamed of themselves. I just don't understand people like that. What do you want to see other people private parts for? You got the internet. There's people that let you see them private parts for free every day. XX videos.
xnxx.com.
Yes.
Or xhamster. Look, You didn't hear it here.
Yes.
In our number one spot today, we have DX. This is a Reddit story that comes from the user IV0613, and it is one that actually gave me chills while I was reading it. They wrote, quote, "My ex-husband and I had been separated for a few months, and I was getting ready to go out to eat with my cousin. As soon as I got dressed, my phone rang, and it was the ex-hubby wanting to know where I was going dressed like that, and my brown boots would look better." And then in brackets it says he bought or approved of all of my clothes when we were married and told me what to wear when we went out. I found cameras in almost every room of the house. He owned a security alarm business, so I assumed there would be one or two, but not that he would be watching me all the time. Like, I absolutely could not imagine that. I'd feel like I was in some sort of horror movie if something like that happened to me. All I can say is I kind of get why they're an ex-husband. That kind of behavior is definitely not okay at all.
Pastor Jones, that's what we call out here in the streets.
Weird.
Small penis energy.
This little baby ones.
Stop! Get your ass down on the ground now! It's not my fault.
Yeah.
He was told things.
So look, once you get something that's gonna accept you for who you are, you gotta hold on to that, because not many is going for that.
Yes, I just don't understand that. And then as a young man, that's the people just get too attached, and then he sat there right there. That man thought he was a possession. That's how he's treating her, like she was a possession. That is an indivisible. That young man needs to be arrested. Get him out of here.
All right, so that was it for the end of the video, man. Hopefully y'all like this video right here, man. Hey, man, it was a pleasure having Pastor Jones onto the channel, man. Like I said, y'all go ahead and support him in his channel, man. And I'll leave the floor for you. Yes.
Thank you, young man. Listen, everyone, just thank you so much. I appreciate you, Mr. DREOGREACTS. You're a real OD, I'll tell you that. Real OD. Appreciate you, son. I can't wait to do some more content with you and stuff like that. So, yes, let's do this. Yes,
sir.
Damn, it's about time. I waited my time, but I stayed on the grind. Now the bag getting bigger. They say I'm that nigga. 5-figure nigga. What's special about it? Straight out the street, I get more from a bag than I do a feat. Don't mind the name on the bag, it's OG. Come get a package from me. I'm moving bags in my sleep.